Good morning, Unity of Greenville. How are you? Oh, the weather is a little bit nicer this morning than it was this time last week. I was talking to some folks, and last week was the perfect morning to lay in and catch a few extra little shut-eyes. This morning, it's pretty nice. Have you noticed that the days are getting longer? It's lighter out early in the morning. Spring is on the way. The daffodils think spring is here. We were just talking about that earlier too. All the little daffodils have their heads up. So good to have you with us this morning. Thank you for being here both in the building and for joining us on live stream. We appreciate you taking of your time to be here. James and I are spending the month of February talking about making room for love. So if you have any bullies or troublemakers in your life, be sure and stick around for the rest of the discussion that's coming up, because we're going to be talking about that here in just a short bit. But first, before we do that, let's take a moment to just get ourselves centered. Some of us have been busy this morning, so we just need to get quiet for a moment, take a couple of nice deep breaths, let go of whatever it is you might have rumbling around in your thoughts this morning. Just setting it all aside and taking some time to just be present, to be here now. Feeling your feet, feeling your seat, feeling the back up on the seat. And this morning, our daily word focuses on the idea of aspire. And the affirmation, if you'd like to say it with me: I aspire to help create a world that works for all. So I hold a vision of an equitable world, a global community that supports and encourages all people to live fully and to reach their unique potential. I feel a kinship with those who hold a similar vision and work to realize it. My past experiences and present perspective show me what is mine to do and how I can contribute to realizing my vision. I trust I will be guided and inspired to find avenues of service where the things I do best and most enjoy doing will be most helpful. I bless people I may never meet, and I offer my time, talents, and effort to further my vision of a new way of living. With clarity of purpose, I take my place among a growing network of caring, visionary souls. In Ephesians 4:11 and 12 says, the gifts he gave were to equip the saints for the work of ministry, for building up the body of Christ. Take a breath of that. It sounds very much like what we've been talking about for the last several weeks. Isn't that synchronistic?
Yes.
Yes. What about it, Reverend James?
That's synchronistic. Hey, good morning. How are you? You're looking good today. If you're feeling up to it, how about if we stand up together? And if you would like to greet someone, maybe give them a fist bump and a hey you, glad to see ya. Let's say together, I am shining my light
I am shining my light
in my corner of the world.
in my corner of the world.
And so it is.
And so it is.
And you may be seated, if you can be seated. Maybe you're so excited, you just have to keep standing. I don't know. How many are just going to let the day unfold as it should be? Right? Do we have any expectations here? Oh yeah, we all have expectations. Don't tell me we don't, because we do. All I'm asking is that for just a few minutes, let's just let it all go and let us center in on that Christ's presence that is in the midst of each and every one of us. Make sense? And speaking of the divine, we're going to invite the children to come on down front at this time. The youth. Would you guys like to come down front? Come on down. Yeah. Here they come. There we go. Hey there. You must have a smart mom. That's what it says on his shirt. I have a smart mom. All right. Love it, love it. Oh, that's all right. She likes to make an entrance. All right, you guys ready to sing? I am. I create. I pray and I act on the truth that I know God is. And I am. I create. I pray and I act on the truth that I know. There is only one God. There is only one love. All right, let's give them a hand this morning. All right, we're going to send you off to your class. You ready to go? All right. We love you. We bless you. We behold the Christ in you. We appreciate you. And we bless your teachers too. All right. All the energy just left the room.
It's like the air
Not
blowing
really.
out of a balloon. So just a quick reminder that immediately following this service, we're having our annual membership meeting. And so we invite everyone to stay around for that, and you can hear about all the wonderful things that we've accomplished over the course of the past year, and we'll be nominating some new board members. So if you are a member, you'll be able to vote for that, but the meeting is open to everyone. So please stay around.
You know what
for
our
that.
biggest accomplishment is?
Yeah?
We're still here.
We're still here. We're open.
We're still here, right?
That's at the top of
That's
the
a good
list.
thing. I
That's
wake
at the top of the
up every
list.
morning and I feel my pulse and I say, "Ooh, I'm still here."
Oh, yeah.
It's a good
And
thing.
not only are we still here, but we
We
as a church are
exactly.
still here.
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
We're still here.
Yeah, that's pretty major. That's pretty good.
Okay. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about a subject that is near and dear to all of our hearts. Love. A higher love. A higher way of being in love. How many understand there are levels and degrees? Right? Love is like a wave, an ocean wave, that comes in and touches you and changes you. And then it kind of recedes a little bit. And you go, okay, now I need to just experience what I've experienced. I know what I've learned. And now I want to be established in that. And it takes time to grow, right? It takes time. But this higher love that we're talking about this morning, more specifically, is non-resistance.
Yeah.
Non-resistance. Everything in your life that is a barrier between you and what you really desire is there because there's some kind of blockage or wall or barrier that has been created through resistance. Say it with me. That's important.
That's important. Yeah. So we're going to start by unpacking a scripture that probably everyone is familiar with, Matthew 5:39, that says, "But I say to you, do not resist the evildoer, but if anyone strikes you on the right cheek, turn the other also." So there have been a lot of misconceptions about this scripture, about this idea that if somebody slaps us on the right side, we're supposed to just willingly turn and let them slap the left side. Is that what we typically think about?
That's what we think.
Yeah.
And, what is your first reaction when if anybody here has ever been struck? What is your first reaction? You want to hit back.
Get back. Run.
To run? Yeah. And I'm not saying that,
That might not
running
be a good idea.
may be a good thing. But one of the words here, how many understand that when you talk about the Bible, you have to understand one thing, and that is it was written thousands of years ago. And so the words that are in the scriptures actually have different meanings today. Okay? We have to redefine them to get at the truth of what was really being said. Sometimes you got to dig a little deeper because Jesus spoke in parables. He spoke in metaphors. And so therefore, he wanted us to have to dig a little deeper. Let's say together, it's time to go deeper.
It's time to go deeper.
So one of the words here is evil doer. Evil doer. Right? So, very good. You did that almost too well. No, I'm just kidding. But an evil doer, in our thinking today, we think of, somebody who's really awful bad, somebody who is a dictator or someone who is a murderer, that kind of thing. But that's not actually what it was talking about, okay? It's the idea of a troublemaker. A troublemaker. Have you ever met a troublemaker in your life?
Have you ever been a troublemaker?
Don't point to anybody. Or a trickster. A trickster. Or a bully. Now here's the thing about troublemakers. The reason they are troublemakers is because they are troubled. Say with me. Troubled people are troublemakers. They can't help it. It's in them to make trouble. Okay? Tricksters are people who have been tricked, they've been deceived, and they've learned the art and skill of tricking others. Do you get any calls on your phone? And it says, scam call. That's a trickster. Bullies, the reason they're bullies is because they have been bullied. Right? How many understand that when you go a little deeper and you have understanding, then you can have compassion for these kinds of folks? Right? So, we give power away to these people when we feed them. When we talk about how bad of a bully they are. When we talk about what kind of trouble they're constantly stirring up. It's like, our television sets and our media today is a reflection of all the things that are being amplified. And a lot of it is negative. I didn't know if you noticed that or not. But anyway, I thought I'd just kind of reveal that.
So, much of the scripture we want to learn to look at metaphorically, as you said, to go deeper, look behind the literal meanings of things. So this idea of turning the other cheek, what if it doesn't literally mean to turn the other cheek so that they can slap that one as well? But what if it means to present a different face to them? To turn and present a different face to them. Let them see that you have an inner power and that they can't hurt you. That's an interesting way to look at it, isn't it? So when we turn the other cheek, essentially we're saying, I don't play by the rules of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right. Troublemakers need conflict. Without conflict, they can't create trouble. If you're in a relationship with someone, there can only be trouble if you agree to it and you align with the trouble. Say with me, oh.
Oh.
Right? So, troublemakers need the conflict because the drama is what gives them juice and power. And here's the little secret. I don't know if you can you handle this? I feel like
they can handle it.
Jack Nicholson this morning.
Can
you handle the truth?
They can handle it.
Many times we create the drama ourselves.
Uh-oh.
And we project it out there onto her or him or them or they. Have you heard of them? Have you heard of those folks? They're always causing all kinds of trouble for me. Always getting in my way, messing up my politics, keeping my football team from being number one. Okay, all right. Rub it in.
We don't talk about politics or football here. Or religion.
Here's what you need to ask yourself. What am I getting out of this that I continually find myself in this drama? What am I getting from it? Not what they're doing to me, but what am I getting from it? Why am I creating this? Because it's a habit, and that's what you need to ask yourself. Is it just become a habit? It's become a way of being that I know, that I'm comfortable with, and so therefore I just keep on, in this loop of troublemaking and so forth, doing it over and over and over again.
It's a habit, and also sometimes it's a real, I was talking to someone earlier about the addiction to sugar. Well, we can also be addicted to emotional payoffs. We can be addicted to fear. We can be addicted to anger. We can be addicted to blame. So we stay in the drama to feed the addiction because it's what feels normal to us.
And let me just say, sugar, I'm addicted to you.
God, Lord. That did not score brownie points. No.
Many people,
Poor thing.
are bound up in their internal struggle of an addiction to fear, to anger, and to blame. Mm-hmm. Okay? I'm the one that's afraid. I'm the one that's angry, and I'm the one that's blaming. So it must be your fault.
And if we truly believe that, our world is a mirror to us, then what is your mirror reflecting back to you? So if you're getting a lot of anger, blame, and fear, might be a good idea to ask yourself, is that what I'm putting out?
Yeah.
Is that the energy that I'm sending out?
That's right. So we can take a lesson from nature. When you notice that nature, whenever it rains, you don't see the grass standing up saying, "Hey, why are you beating down on me like you are?" You don't see any, marches or protests, because the ground does not resist the storms, but accepts them as part of life's process. So I want to be like the ground, like the grass, like the trees. I want to be like nature, and the fact that the grass appreciates the rain because it knows that's what it needs. And it understands that the storm will come and then it will pass. Every storm in your life will come and then it will pass. Mm-hmm. The less you are attached to it, the quicker it will move through.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. There's a wonderful book by Gary Simmons called The Eye of the Storm. And it's this idea that when the storms are raging, where's the most calm and peaceful place of the storm? It's in the center, in the eye, right? So it's learning to stay in the center, in the eye, letting everything go on around and staying in that place where you're observing, you're not resisting, you're letting things play out, watching, learning, being. We've talked a lot about being and not doing. Being in that center, calm place. And that's what we want to learn to be, is in the center, in the calm.
Absolutely. Because after the storm comes the clear skies, the sunshine, the new growth. See? So if we can just be okay with the storms and use those things in order to turn the negatives into a positive, right? Turn the negative. Let's say that together. Let's turn the negative.
Turn the negative
into a positive.
Into a positive.
Okay? Always strive to do that. That's very important.
And notice that we're not saying that storms don't exist. We're
Right.
acknowledging that storms exist. They do. Have you found that to be true in your life? Storms exist. It's a matter of letting the storm play out and just staying aware and staying in that space. Like when the storms come, where do the birds go? The birds go to their nest, and they kind of hunker down in their nests and they just watch and they let it pass, and that's what we want to do. Yeah. There are storms in this life. Jesus said, in this life, you will have tribulation. There will be storms. So we are acknowledging that, yes, there are storms.
Right. We're not saying that you should hide from it. But how many understand it's okay to have an umbrella? Mm-hmm. Right? It's okay to be prepared when the storms do come, that you understand, oh, I'm in a different season and cycle right now. There's something different going on. And because I know that gives me wisdom, then I can say, okay, I need to hunker down in the nest. I need to meditate a little more. I need to spend a little more time going inside and being at peace, right? Because I want to be the eye of the storm.
And the beauty of that is that we are practicing, we're walking our spiritual truth out in shoe leather so that when the person comes up to you and you find it necessary to turn the other cheek, we don't automatically run. Running is an instinct, but if we never face conflict and we never deal with it, we never get good at how to handle it. We just get good at running. And that's not what we necessarily always want to do. So
good for your heart rate.
Well, yeah. But, practicing it like that when things are going on makes it so that when the individual shows up, you can go, oh yeah, there's something more going on here. This isn't necessarily all about me, Yes. How can I turn the other cheek? How can I show a different face? How
It
can
is-
I be in this situation? How
Right,
can I be the
right.
Christ in this situation rather than reacting to it?
Number one is to accept the moment as it is. Can't do anything about it. It is what it is. They said what they said. They did what they did. They acted in the way that they acted. You can't go back and fix it. Okay, this is what it is. This is the hand that I've been dealt in this situation. So you need to learn how to play your cards right. Okay? And so acceptance is the key to a peaceful life. It doesn't mean you agree. See, that's where we get into upsetness, is because, well, it shouldn't be this way. But it is. Right? And so, isness is our business. Let's say that together. Isness is our business. So I acknowledge the negativity. I see that it's there. And I will cry with those who cry. I will pray with those that need prayer. I will stand with those that need me to stand with them. Right? It doesn't mean I don't do anything. But at the same time, it means that I acknowledge that there is negativity. There are the bullies in the world. You know, sometimes we create all kinds of complicated things in our minds about this stuff, and really it is what it is. Right? It's the isness of the moment. Can I be with it? Can I just be with it? Okay? Jesus was saying to us, be the facilitator for the process of release. Because how are we going to ever get beyond this kind of thing if we cannot learn to just be with it? Okay? Because as long as you resist it, you are giving it power and strength. You are saying, oh, yeah, that's a big deal. And you're turning the little molehill into a what? Yeah, into a mountain. So I want to learn how to facilitate these kinds of situations so that I can help to heal that in the world. But until I stand and turn and present a different face that says, I hear you, I see you. Let's let it play out. Let's resolve it. Okay?
We're all quick to want to affirm and pray for peace in the world, and we should. But it's easier to pray for peace for the world than it is to pray for peace in the world.
But that's not really what Jesus taught. Stay with me.
Uh-oh.
He taught, be the peace.
That's right.
Be. He said, I am the peace.
That's right.
I am peace. I am the way. I am the truth. I'm the life. And guess what? So am I, and so are you. That's the key, is the beingness. We need people to be these things, not to talk about these things. Well, it ought to be this way. And we look at people and say, oh, they're so smart. They think that things should be different. I agree with that. But we never go any further than that because we have not allowed ourselves to develop spiritually, emotionally to a state of non-resistance and acceptance of life on its own terms so that we can go through the process and deal with the process and allow it to move through us. You see, it needs to move through you. See, if spirit can get it through you, then you'll get it. You've got it. It's yours if it can be processed through you. Okay? So let the process of life flow toward what? Toward love, toward healing. I accept that in this moment that you're upset. I accept that. But maybe not for the reason you think you are. You think it's me, I know. But maybe, what does the Course in Miracles say? You're never angry for the reason you think you are. What are you really angry about? What's really going on? Can we get to the root, the heart of the matter? It is the heart. See, in America and in the world, we have a heart problem. We have a heart problem. Because we're empty, we're not fulfilled, and we don't know why. It's because we don't understand those natural processes that work inside of us. We don't understand who we really are. We don't know that we are the facilitators of our own lives. We're the co-creators. Together, we can create a world that is peaceful, that works for everybody. That's what unity says. That's what we believe, right? A world that works for everybody. But I can't make you do it, or them do it, or they do it, or him do it, or her do it. I can only do what I can do for myself. I have to be a facilitator of peace. I have to bring the energy, bring your energy to the party, right? You ever go to a party and you say, oh, it's just boring, nobody here. Well, guess what? You're at the party. What's up with you? Right? Bring your energy to the party and you can turn the whole thing around and everybody can be grooving and dancing and having fun with each other, It's like people go to church sometimes and they say, all right, Leah, James, move me. They sit there like a stone. Tell me something I don't know. Do you know what people want to hear? They want to hear what they already know. But that's not what they need. Whew, wow. Okay. Whew. Is that all right? Non-resistance doesn't necessarily mean doing nothing. All it means is that any doing becomes non-reactive. Let's say non-reactive. The deep wisdom underlying the practice of martial arts is don't resist the opponent's force. You have to yield in order to overcome. When somebody comes at you, rather than hitting them, if you hit them, you might break their jaw, but you're also going to break your fist. So what do? You let them do what they're doing. You let their energy just, I remember when I was a kid, I used to watch this show called Kung Fu. Everybody was Kung Fu fighting. And he moved very slow, talked very slow, and somebody would shoot a bullet and he'd go. And the bullet would just go right by him, and I don't know how that ever worked, but anyway, it's the idea, it's the concept, right? Doing nothing when you are in a state of intense awareness is a very powerful transformer and healer of situations and people. Right? Very powerful. It is probably one of the most powerful things you can do right now in the world. But you say, James, I can't do that. I have expectations. I have, thoughts about how things should be, and it shouldn't be this way. I know. We've got to get over that. We've got to get over that. I know it shouldn't be this way. Have we got that yet? I'm so tired of watching documentaries about, oh, this is wrong, this is bad, this is awful. And I know sometimes things have to be exposed. But we're missing the point. We've got to go deeper, folks. We're still dealing in the shallow, end of the pool. And as long as we're there, we're just splashing each other with water and, not accomplishing anything. In Taoism, there's a term called wu-wei. Say it with me, wu-wei. Which is usually translated as actionless activity or sitting quietly doing nothing. I mean, the hardest thing you'll ever do is sit quiet and do nothing. It's like the woman who said, well, my son, he's become a professional meditator. He leads workshops. And she said, but it's better than him sitting around doing nothing. In ancient China, this was regarded as one of the highest achievements or virtues because they understood, ancient China, that your spirituality is what's going to change the world. It really is all about consciousness. It really, really is. See, we say that sometimes, but we don't believe it. So, it is a radically different. It's radically different from inactivity in the ordinary state of consciousness or unconsciousness, that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about just, what happened? We're talking about total alertness, awareness, and being with whatever presents itself in the moment. Because unconsciousness stems from fear, inertia, or indecision. But the real doing nothing implies inner non-resistance and intense alertness. There have been times in my life where I've been in emergency situations where somebody's life has been at stake. What do you need? Do you need the person that says, hey, what's going on? Oh, this is terrible. This is awful. Ah! And they're pulling their hair out. Their hair is on fire. Do we need more of that? What we need are people who are in the moment with them. That's why you call, EMS. Because they know what to do. They show up. And they're there to facilitate and to help the person so they don't die, so that they live. And they apply the needed medicines. And they use the healing arts. See, that is what we are becoming. That is what we are to be in the world at this time. At this time. The world is crying for it. It's calling for it. It's asking for it. Do we have anybody here who wants to be part of the EMS team? All right? On the other hand, if action is required, you will no longer react from your conditioned mind, but you will respond to the situation out of your conscious presence, your awareness. See, we got to stop talking about everything that's wrong, and we got to start playing to our strengths. Make sense? If we get in the habit of doing that, we can build on that. You can't build on, oh, we're doing all this wrong. We're doing that wrong. We're doing that wrong. Right? As a church community, we're going to do some things that are, we're not going to do it right all the time. I know that's a shock, right? It's a shock, but it's true. And it's the same way in a relationship. You're not always going to do it right. In a family, I remember our children, right, Leah? When they were little, we thought, how in the world, what are we supposed to do with these? What are you supposed to do with this? What is this? I don't get it.
Maybe you thought that.
Well, when we first started, we weren't experts.
No,
Just put it that way.
No.
So, when your mind is free of concepts. See, sometimes we talk a lot in Unity about learning new things. Okay, it's good to learn it, but then what you want to do is you don't want to just know the concept. You want to be the concept, be the idea, be the spiritual energy that brings it into physical manifestation. Say with me, whoa. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Do you know what you're going to do?
We got a lot of talkers in the world. We got a lot of talkers.
Are you talking about me?
No.
Oh.
I'm saying we got a lot of talkers, people that talk it, but we have a lot less beers, you know.
If you ever have somebody that's saying something hurtful to you, and it's hurting you, okay? They're in their programming. This is what they always do. They're caught up in a particular way of being. So a lot of times, just put your head up, say, stop, stop, stop. Let's take a breath together. All right. And don't resist it. See, I hear what you're saying. I see that you're angry. And if you've done something, apologize, right? That's always, how many know that's always a good thing to do? And even if you don't think it is, do it anyway. Because it helps. Because you're making amends. Any 12-steppers here? Don't raise your hand. It's supposed to be anonymous. Stop. Stop. I love you. I have no hatred in me for you. I have no designs in me to want to offend you, to hurt you. I just want to be with you. I just want to be with you. What kind of world would we have if we just decided we just want to be with each other? Accepting each other. Can you imagine? I wonder if that's what love is. What do you think? Yep. So when you do this, you're saying, in reality, you have no power over me. Sorry. I have no power over you. Non-resistance does not mean that I have to listen to you, though. Right? When somebody is in their mind loops, stop, please, stop for a moment. Just stop. Think about what you're saying. Right? Why do you feel this way? Where did this start? If somebody's bullying you, you stop the bullying and say, stop. And depending on the situation, you can't fix everybody, right? That's not the point. But there are divine appointments. There are moments of grace where you can be with somebody and help them to facilitate in that moment an energetic healing on the inside that can change them forever. If you're willing to be present with them. If you're willing not to take it personally. Wow. Wow. There's so much more we wanted to say today. But I think we've said enough. Are you full? So, the concept, you understand, of non-resistance is really love. It's a higher form of love. But when you're in non-resistance, you can't be hurt. Because you're not resisting anything. You're not pushing. You're not striking. You're not creating karma. Because what is karma? Karma is action. Right? And if you create an action, there will be an equal and opposite reaction. So what you want to do is just be. Say, James, how do you do that? That's why we're here, to practice. To practice. And you'll get good at it after a while. And you'll say to yourself, wow, they just said the most hurtful things, and I don't even care. Because I know it's not about me. It's their projection on me. Whew. How's that feel? I invite you to get quiet for just a moment. And just breathe. Just breathe. Come to the quiet. Come to the peace. Let in the healing. Feel the release. Be in the moment. Just take your time. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Sweet peace of mind. Sweet peace of mind. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Come to the quiet. Come to the peace. Let in the healing. Just feel the release. Be in the moment. Just take your time. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. Be in the moment. Just take your time. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. This is the blessing. This is the blessing. Sweet peace of mind. So here we are, together in this moment. I believe in healing moments. I'm not sure what you need. I don't really need to know what you need. It doesn't really matter what you need. There's a healing presence that is within each and every one of us that knows exactly what you need and how to heal you. I invite you to go inside. Just feel yourself breathing, letting go of any resistance. Maybe say to yourself, I accept the moment as it is. I accept my life as it is. I accept people as they are. There's really nothing I can do to change them except to be with them. To be with them in this moment. When we stop resisting, it's amazing how the universe comes in and fills the space. When there's no more reactions, just the sweet peace of mind. Isn't that what we all really want? To have that emptiness inside filled up with peace. I have an expectation this morning that once you're able to lay down all of your expectations, peace comes. Peace comes. And peace is the healing. It is the healing. It resolves everything. Heals everything. Because I'm no longer the person who's troubled, the person who's been tricked, the person who's been bullied. Now I'm a peaceful spirit, a peaceful mind, a peaceful heart. And in comes the healing. That divine intelligence knows how to fix you, to restore you, to soothe you. Jesus said, it's not me who is doing the work, it's that source energy in me. The Bible uses the words Father within. It's that source of life that always wants to bring balance and wholeness to every situation, to every person, to every country, every nation, every planet. When Paul McCartney wrote that song about Let It Be, he was going through a breakup with his band. And he had a dream, and his mother came to him in the dream and said, just let it be. Just let it be. It's okay. It's going to work out for your highest good. And it did. If you know of someone that you'd like to hold in this sacred moment together, when the healing energy, the waters are stirred, there's a electromagnetic energy of the divine that is palpable. You can feel it. We're plugging into it right now. And so we affirm together healing, prosperity, joy, grace for our family, for our friends, for our co-workers, for our neighbors next door and down the street and around the corner. We affirm peace on earth, in earth, and around the earth. And we are grateful for that healing presence that is with me right now. We're grateful for this community of people who want to move to the next step in their lives. What is that next step for you? The Spirit will reveal it. And so now, for a few moments, as the music is played, I invite you to sit in the quiet and in the peace and let it do its healing work. All right. So our prayers are said in the name and nature of the loving presence, the divine, the Christ, the one power, and we are grateful. Amen. Beautiful. Thank you, Jeff, for the beautiful music today.
I thought I had the stretching window to get ready.
I'm gone.
Oh, thank you for that beautiful, peaceful blessing for all of us. My name is Lisa Munoz. It's my joy to be your platform assistant this morning. We always have a lot going on at our church during the week between Sundays, and we have an amazing website, so please go there to read about each of the daily activities, both online and in person here at the church. But some highlights that we really want you to know about today are next Saturday from 4 to 8. We're going to be hosting the Radical Forgiveness Ceremony, and this is going to be led by our own UCG member, facilitator Mariel Cheek. She's right here. And there's a full description and the registration link on the website. Oh, she's coming up. Okay, I wasn't sure. I didn't get the word from James, so let's hear about this from her.
Hey, good morning. My name is Marielle. Ooh, and a little nervous. I can teach a class, but introducing myself is a little harder. I just want to say thank you for an opportunity to share a little bit, and how beautiful, or what you spoke of, it just kind of feeds into what I'm going to be offering. To get from that paradigm shift of the troublemakers and the pain and grievances that we have into this paradigm of non-resistance can sometimes be really tricky. We want to do that. We know spiritually we want to do that, and a lot of times we do what's called the spiritual bypass, where we say and do all the right things, and we really work hard on being here. And how do I know this? Because I'm human and I do this too. And we miss actually letting go of the grip. So what radical forgiveness is, to me, is kind of like the compassionate bridge that takes us from that grit, from the troublemakers and that pain that we're holding, into this place of non-resistance, and allows us to let it go. So I invite you to check out the website. Next Saturday, 4 to 8 p.m. There's going to be a little education piece, and then there is the ceremony after that. Excuse me. What I want to point out is that it's intended for people who are 18 years or older, people who have already been working on their process a little bit, and have some ability to self-regulate. If you have any questions, I'll stay after. Feel free to ask me, or feel free to call me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you, Marielle. What a wonderful opportunity. I'm so glad that she's offering that for our church. All right, and then next Sunday, Women for Unity is meeting. Our meeting will be right after service for our February meeting. And this is the day that we're going to be creating the school packs for our local middle school and high school young women with the service organization, the Period Project. So I know a lot of you have already been dropping off supplies. Our table has been overflowing. We're so thankful to everyone who's already given money or purchased items. We still have a little bit of time if you still would like to contribute. And then next week, we're going to roll up our sleeves and get those packs made to share with the community. Also on that same Sunday, we have an amazing music event with Jeff Holland, another Supersonic Sunday. I'm going to let him tell you a little bit about that and another opportunity that he's arranged, especially for our church, that we're very excited about.
Thank you, Lisa. So we started a series for the Supersonic Sunday, which happens on the last Sunday of each month. And I started connecting last month the 12 powers to 12 chromatic notes. And we worked on faith last month. This month is the power of strength. And so it's going to be a very strong program. Please don't miss this. We're keeping it free because a lot of the times people wonder what I do with the rest of these things when they don't see me use it in meditation. So I offer a little Q&A at the end of the program. Sonic Energy Tour is based on the elements, earth, water, wind, fire. And so we're connecting the 12 powers to that as kind of the icing on the cake. And I'm focusing on notes that promote strength. Leading into that, can I go ahead and mention the March 1st? I'm so excited. Mike Tambura is one of my longtime teachers, and the collection that he is bringing to Unity March 1st makes mine seem like a beginner's instrument. And so put that on your calendars. It's for March 1st. I believe it's either 6 or 7. 6:30. I think we split the difference. And we have tickets on sale for the website. If you'd like to know more about what he does, I can send you some video links, and I'd love to tell you more about what he's offering. But to catch him on the only East Coast tour I've seen him do in the last few years, this was a true blessing. And so we offered him the Unity space and managed to work it in for our tour, but we want to show him some great support so we can keep having these wonderful healing artists coming through. So thank you for supporting our events.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Jeff. We're so blessed by Jeff every Sunday, and the fact that he's put himself out to draw this teacher back. It's really going to be a wonderful opportunity for all of us. So, and in that spirit of connection, reaching out nationally, we have an opportunity here to participate in the season of Lent. And there are churches all over the country, lots of different denominations, but also Unity churches and our Unity approach to Lent. And the season of Lent begins this Wednesday with Ash Wednesday. And on a week from Monday, I'm going to be facilitating a book study class on the Unity classic by Charles Fillmore, Keep a True Lent. So if you're curious about how Unity practices Lent, please consider joining me in that class. We're going to be slowing down and relaxing into being all of the Unity principles. And this class is really about how we develop our spiritual rhythm every day. We're going to take this 40 days up till Easter to practice the spiritual rhythm and be talking about the Easter journey. What does resurrection mean for us personally? How do we celebrate Easter here at Unity? So I invite you to look on the website. Please register if you can register before Wednesday. I can get you the reading list and everything to start on Wednesday. We also have these lovely books from Unity headquarters. They print these Lenten guides each year. This is the 2023 book. Kayla has some copies in the office. We don't have a huge pile of them, but we have some that we'd love to share. If you're signing up for the class, you'll be receiving this as well. This is a wonderful 2023 balance to Charles Fillmore's writings from the early 19th century. So we'll have both of those to balance our study and reflection in that course. All right, and then as I turn my page to make sure I'm not missing anything, I'm right on to welcoming first-timers. Do we have any first-timers here today? Oh, wonderful. Thank you for waving and sharing with us. We want to welcome each of you. We're so glad that you're here. We hope that you got a connection card in our welcome packet, and if you didn't, they're right on the back table. Invite you to take that, receive some information about our church, and let us know how to stay connected with you. And if you're online for the first time today, please drop us an email so that we can get you signed up for our newsletters and stay in touch with you so that we can know how we can be of service to you. And we have prayer chaplains at our church. We have an amazing team of devoted and committed prayer chaplains. They are here to pray with you, and it's actually my honor today to pray with you. I'll be meeting with you back in our sacred space on this side of the church right after service. So we don't want anyone to leave with a heavy heart today. So if you would like to pray, please come see me in the back today after that. And lastly, I want to quickly call attention to our beautiful board that's been up for several weeks now that Isla created. Isla, can you wave your hand? Isla's our pint-sized but gigantic-hearted volunteer coordinator. And these are just some of the opportunities. So we just want to plant the little seed right now. How would you like to serve? What are your gifts? How would you like to share? And can we also give thanks right now by applauding everyone who volunteered for today's service? We have an amazing team that creates this service every week, and they are marvelous. Thank you. That's it for me.
Thank you so much. All right. You feeling okay? All right, good. So now we're going to take this opportunity to receive an offering today. And in unity, we give joyfully, we give hilariously, we give generously, and we give in appreciation and in gratitude for our lives. Let's say it together. Woohoo! All right. So divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all I receive, and all that I am. All right. Thank you, ushers. Now, if you haven't signed up to be a consistent giver, please grab one of the forms in the back and do that. We really appreciate it. It really makes a difference. And so Jeff is going to kind of play a little bit more. So you might want to sway, move your body just a little bit, just kind of get in the rhythm of what's going on here. Feeling good, feeling alert, feeling awake. I'm alive. You know, you didn't play it that way the last time. It's totally different.
Improv is my middle name.
Love it, love it. How many understand that when you are able to facilitate the moment and whatever shows up, good things happen, right? You don't get the same old, same old. You get the fresh, new, exciting, good stuff. Speaking of exciting and good stuff, we are having our annual membership meeting right after the service. In just a moment, we'll dismiss, and we're going to leave the cameras going, I believe, the streaming going for the folks that are watching online. And you can go get something to eat and then come right back and take about 10 minutes. You know, if you need to run to the little boy, little girl room, that's fine. And we're going to be voting on new board members, okay? And we need one regular board member and one alternate member. We have 4 candidates. So what we will do is the 2 who come on the board, whoever has the most votes, then the other 2 will be our second and third alternate. And if we need you, if somebody resigns or somebody moves or whatever happens, then you will be asked to serve on the board. And so that will be happening here in just a few moments. And we're excited about that. Now, Mark Camp is one of those people. Now, he's going to be leaving right after the service, and they are taking a trip. They're going to be out of town, so he's not going to be able to stay. So, Mark, I'm going to ask you to come on up front, and he is going to share a little bit about himself, and we'll be having the other 3 folks, if you want to come around here, that'd be great. Yeah. We want everybody to see you really good. Really good. And the other 3 will be sharing this afternoon during the meeting. So, Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Good morning, Unity Community. My name is Mark Camp. I moved here from Sarasota, Florida, just about 2.5 years ago. Susan and I started coming to this Unity about 6 months ago. We've both been members of Unity off and on throughout the years. I've been Unity in Missouri from the home church, isn't we saying? It's been beautiful. Since we've come here, we've really appreciated the outloving and just the way everybody's reached out to us here at the community. Very much want to be part of the Unity community and providing service to Unity in whatever the company needs. So thank you, and I greatly appreciate the offer.
What's your background?
I have a military police background. I'm retired Air Force. I've been a retail store manager for several years. I've owned my own business. I helped Susan run her own business. I'm helping a friend of mine now run his 2 businesses. So not doing much in my retirement years. So thank you. Thanks, James.
Thank you so much. Every church needs an enforcer. All right. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Let's all stand together. And as we...
2 quick things as we're dismissing. One, there are random acts of
Kindness cards and chocolates still available on the back table if you didn't get one last week. And also, if you're a member and you're voting, please see me when you come back in the room to pick up your ballot. I'll be right up front here.
Fantastic. Okay. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. For wherever we are, God is, and all is well. All right. Now, go get something, and if you want to stay, you don't have to be a member to come to the meeting. Okay, you can come and hear the update and what's going on, but you have to be a member in order to vote. So, thank you for being here today. We appreciate it.